Covering an area of 378 square miles, Capitol Reef is the second largest national park in the state of Utah. Because we only had 2 days to explore the park, we decided to focus on the central region, which is the easiest portion of the park to access and to navigate. We entered the park from the west on Highway 24 and stopped off at the first major trailhead called the Chimney Rock Trail. Because this was our first time visiting Capitol Reef, and Chimney Rock Trail is 3.6 miles round trip and has an elevation change of 590 feet and a hike rating of strenuous, we decided not to hike this trail and just stopped off for a few quick pictures and thought maybe we could come back to it later in the day or the next day. So we proceeded up the road just a few more miles and stopped off at the visitor center to get our annual park pass and to seek out some good advice from the park ranger on where we should focus our time in the 2 days that we're there. They recommended 3 hikes that matched up pretty well with our moderate experience level, and they were all located in the central region of the park. The park ranger recommended the Hickman Bridge Trail off of Highway 24, and then the Cassidy Arch Trail and the Capitol Gorge Trail, which are both located off of the Scenic Drive Road. We decided to start day 1 at the Cassidy Arch Trail, which is 3.4 miles round trip, has an elevation change of 670 feet, and has a hike rating of strenuous, and it is located at the end of Grand Wash Road, which is a dirt road. It's about 1.3 miles, and it's just a beautiful drive through the canyon. And once you get to the end of Grand Wash Road, it's only about a 0.3 mile hike to the trail that breaks off that heads up to the arch, and that's where the climbing starts. So once you get to the end of Grand Wash Road, there's a parking lot right at the trailhead of the Grand Wash Trail, which is basically kind of just like a dried up riverbed. You got about a third of a mile walk on the Grand Wash Trail. You'll see some pretty cool rock formations along the way and just towering mountain walls on both sides of you. And then once you get to the start of the trail heading up to the arch, it cuts back, and then you've got the strenuous part of the hike ahead. The next 3/4 of a mile are pretty much all uphill, and then it kind of levels out once you get up towards the top, and that's when you just really get these awesome, majestic views of the canyon and the landscape for miles you can see. We'd try to stop periodically and get a shot of the cars down in the parking lot just to kind of give a continuing perspective of the elevation gain. At this point in the hike, we've probably only got about a couple hundred feet of elevation gain left to go, and we're getting close to at around the halfway point of the hike, and we're about 45 minutes into it right now. As you can see, those cars just keep getting a little bit smaller every time. At this point, we are probably about 3/4 of the way and about an hour and 10 minutes into the hike. And the majority of the elevation gain is done at this point, and this is where the entire canyon just really opens up and shows its ferocious beauty and the scope of its enormity.
This is, now we're living. We are here and it's a Monday and we're not at work. Like, we've made it.
This is the point in the hike where we turn this corner and can finally see Cassidy Arch for the first time. And you really can't tell just how big this thing is because we're so far away, but you'll get a little better perspective when we get closer. So here we are at the Capitol Reef National Park. It's quite beautiful. We're heading to the archway, which is about a 3.2 miles round trip from where we parked, but it feels like about 32 miles because I'm fat and out of shape, and it's quite an elevation gain, but we're about 3/4 of the way there, so we're getting excited. Can't wait to get there, sit down, take a little breather. But it's quite beautiful.
Come on, he is really not that old and fat and out of shape.
Do want to point out though, today is 1st of May, and it's perfect.
That's not true, people. It's actually the 1st of March.
I'm sorry, 1st of March. And we're a little apprehensive about coming this early in the season, but it turns out it's perfect. I mean, it's going to be probably mid-40s, close to 50 today. Not a cloud in the sky. You can see we've kind of stripped down a little bit to just flannel. So it's like the perfect weather for this. So we're really thankful that we came when we did. And of course, there's really, I mean, we've seen 5 people since we've been out here. So I highly recommend. We probably got a little lucky with the weather, but I definitely recommend this time of year for coming out here. So let's keep on moving. This is where we made a wrong turn and actually started to head up Frying Pan Trail towards the Coab Canyon, and we got about 3/4 of a mile and realized it. We were getting further away from the arch, so we turned around and came back. Having fun yet? So we weren't quite as close as I thought we were. Sign said I got a half mile to go, so I decided I needed to stop off for a little break and a snack. Seasoned hikers, you know, they probably have like these 7-grain nutrient bars, or I don't know what they do, but had to stop off for a slice of cheese and a little bit of a Kit Kat candy bar. That's how we roll, but it's probably why I'm having such a difficult time getting to the final destination. But we're getting close. We're gonna take some more video, and I can't wait to get to there. Getting close. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. So you can't hike up to Cassidy Arch without taking a stroll across the bridgeway, and it's not as terrifying as it might look. It's actually probably every bit of 20 foot wide, so it's not too bad. And what I didn't realize when I'm past those people that you can see on the left side of the screen there, they're actually setting up to rappel down. So we stuck around and got some footage of that we want to show you. And I bet that it's probably every bit of 15 to 20 stories down to the ground below the arch, and it's about 400 feet down to the base of the Grand Wash where we came in. I gotta tell you though, I thought it was a little strange that the guy sends his wife down first. I guess to make sure the rope's gonna hold or something, but I guess it's true when they say chivalry is dead, right? I thought it was cool she stopped off during her descent to give us a wave. So we ended up going off the beaten path. So we turned our 3.2 mile round trip into about a 5 mile round trip.
Surprise, surprise.
So we're a little tuckered out, but at least we're heading down. And we're about halfway back down, and I don't know if you can see the cars down there, but that's where we're on our way down to. And we gotta trek all the way around. You want to pan the camera down around that way. You can see the other hikers over there. And we're just going to keep working our way down along the edge and eventually get back down to the car. Can you hear an echo? Try it again.
Hello!
So, 5 miles on a normal day would have been, at least for me, unachievable. Kathy could have pulled it off pretty easily, but you know, we amped up with a half a Twix bar and 3 Hostess Zinger cakes. So, you know, we're learning this hiking gig, man. This, you know, a little caffeine, a little double dose of coffee in the morning, and some sugar, and the back and back and muscle pain relievers before you actually hit the trail, instead of after. Your money, you know.
Preload.
Yeah, that's right. Preload. Well, we made it back down to the ground floor. I definitely struggle more going up because
a lot more going down.
Kathy's in much better shape than I am. But she struggles a little more coming down because it's really hard on the knees. But so it's a good trade-off. We both suffer equally and at different times, so we can be supportive of each other in our time of peril. So we're only
Aaron lent more of a hand than I lent to him.
We're only a couple hundred yards from the car, I think. So I don't know.
I'm not breathing hard.
Yeah, you can tell I'm a little winded just from walking, but we don't know where we're heading next. But talk to you soon. So at this point, we really didn't have enough energy left in the tank or time left in the day to start on another hike. So we decided to head back up Scenic Path towards the visitor center, and then we just got on Highway 24 and drove kind of close to the edge of the park. Just drove east on that for probably 15 to 20 minutes, and the scenery was just beautiful. It was a really nice drive, and just the mountain landscape was very inspiring. So we recommend taking that voyage for sure. And at that point, we just turned around, and we had about an hour and 45-minute drive back southwest to Circleville, Utah, which is where we were staying for a few nights. Thanks for watching, and remember, get out and help support and preserve our national parks. If you like this video, then hit the like button and share this video. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And we'll see you on the next episode of America's National Parks Road Trip.